In the 2nd century, the Roman Empire was at its peak. Pagan temples filled every city. Christians were mocked, misunderstood, and persecuted. But in the bustling city of Antioch, where believers were first called Christians, a bold bishop would rise to defend the faith, not with a sword, but with his words. He was Theophilus of Antioch, a philosopher, theologian, and bishop who faced the powerful culture of Rome and dared to explain the mystery of God to the world. Today, his name is barely remembered, but his writings shaped the very foundations of Christian thought. To understand Theophilus, we must travel back to Antioch, one of the greatest cities of the Roman Empire. Located in modern-day Turkey, Antioch was known for its culture, commerce, and philosophy, a crossroads of East and West. By the mid-2nd century, the church was still young, but under constant scrutiny. Philosophers called Christians fools. Pagan writers accused them of atheism for rejecting the Roman gods. It was in this charged environment, around the year 169 AD, that Theophilus became Bishop of Antioch. A convert from paganism, Theophilus had studied Greek philosophy deeply, but he found in the scriptures something greater than all human wisdom: divine truth. One of the few surviving works of Theophilus is his Apology to Autolycus, a 3-volume defense of Christianity addressed to a learned pagan friend. In these writings, Theophilus doesn't argue with anger. Instead, he speaks with reason, quoting poets, philosophers, and the prophets. He tells Autolycus, "Show me your God, and I will show you mine." He explains that God cannot be seen with human eyes, but can be known through his works, creation itself. Long before the great debates of Augustine or Aquinas, Theophilus argued that the order of the universe reveals the wisdom of a creator. He was also among the first church fathers to use the word Trinity. In describing God, his word, and his wisdom, Theophilus writes, "The 3 days before the creation of the heavenly bodies are types of the Trinity, of God, his word, and his wisdom." This was revolutionary. Long before the Council of Nicaea, Theophilus was already defending what would become central to Christian belief. The 2nd century was a perilous time for Christians. Emperors like Marcus Aurelius and Commodus viewed Christianity as a threat to the social order. Yet Theophilus led his flock with courage. As bishop, he encouraged believers to stand firm, not through rebellion, but through faith and understanding. In his letters, he called Scripture God-breathed, affirming what would become the Church's understanding of divine inspiration. He condemned idolatry and immoral Roman customs, calling them blindness of the heart. To pagans who mocked the resurrection, he answered boldly, "As seeds die and are reborn, so too shall man rise again." Theophilus wasn't merely a scholar. He was a pastor, guiding his people through fear and confusion, defending the truth with both love and logic. By the year 183 AD, Theophilus's voice fell silent. The records of his later life are lost, perhaps to time, perhaps to persecution. But his influence endured. His writings were read by later fathers like Irenaeus and Tertullian. His clear reasoning laid the groundwork for centuries of theological reflection. Though forgotten by many, Theophilus stands among the apostolic fathers, those early witnesses who bridged the age of the apostles with the age of the church. He proved that reason and faith are not enemies, but partners in the search for truth. The story of Theophilus of Antioch reminds us that even in an age of doubt, the light of truth cannot be extinguished. He wrote not to win arguments, but to win souls. And though centuries have passed, his message still whispers through time. That faith can be intelligent, that reason can lead to God, and that courage comes not from power, but from conviction. This is the legacy of Theophilus of Antioch, bishop, defender, and witness of the Word.